The United States of America is here to support and save Napoleon Bonaparte in his cause for European domination in today's NTW3 battle here for you today. And today we have a glorious 4v4 that is already getting underway as it looks like a French chasseur cheval, a huge cavalry unit here, routs a Swedish scout. And we are here once again on Halesburg. I just realized we're here with the Ottoman Hellfire that was a battle that I covered a few weeks ago. And yeah, we are back here once again. And this is the Chevaliers Servants. So they brought a very, very elite chasseur as well. This is a guard cavalry. Oh my gosh. That's insane. But yes, the USA is here to help out the French in today's NTW3 battle. We don't often see the United States, I feel like, in some of these battles, but it's nice to have them here today in today's custom battle. We also have 1815 with looks like a lot of guards. So we've got Voltigeurs, we have those guard chasseurs. I imagine there's more back here probably. Actually no, doesn't seem like there is too many more. There's some more Voltigeurs there actually. A fair few guards, but not too many. They did bring the guard dragoons though as well actually, so it looks like they're bringing a fair few elite units. Got Chevalier Lancers here as well. We also have another 1815 like Flemish campaign out here. This one seems like it's not so much made up of guardsmen though. Well, they have brought the guard chasseur chevaliers again, it seems. So very elite cavalry is being brought by the French. That is good to see. They've got Ney here commanding them. We obviously have the Americans here in the War of 1812. They'll have probably plenty of militia, some line infantry, so bring a lot of mass. You can imagine here, yeah, Louisiana militia, one of the many units. And we also have over here the final French army, which is the Russia South 1812 army here, so the 7-pointer. So here, I did see Marines of the Guard of Naples, yeah, so they've got a whole variety of units down here. Most of these units are provisional or allied troops. They're usually not that great, so be interested to see how this army does. Also seems like it's bringing a lack of cavalry as well. But Jägerschützen, we've got Neapolitan artillery. Kind of shows the cocktail of different units that are involved in that. But yeah, no cavalry in this army at all I'm seeing. That is a little bit concerning actually. At least I can't see it at the moment. It looks like those Chasseur Chevaliers were going to go back in for a moment, but they did change their mind. But yeah, this was sent in by a member of my Discord. Said it was a really, really close one. And I'm really excited to see how this one goes down. I'm excited to see the US in action. It seems like the Prussians over on this side defending against one of the Flemish armies. So you actually need to have a look and see who is on the coalition side today. We have the Prussians. Looks like we have the Austria, like Russia campaign. I can't. It's like the earlier period, sort of like 1806 or something like that. I think Russia. And Austria there. We also have an Austrian army back here by the looks of it as well. And we have the Swedes, who are very much already up against the French on this flank here, on this left flank. But yes, if you guys are enjoying the NTW3 action and would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. It really does help out the channel, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one goes down. So from someone that I haven't had any replays from before, so it'll be interesting to see what the quality is like. I always like when you get some when you get new people sending in replays. It's good to see new players, new tactics, new play styles, see what they've got planned. I'm really interested to see how they use the US. I imagine it is just going to be sort of a faction that's just going to be pounded away. They've got all those militia. It's a bit similar to sort of like the Landwehr tactic you can do with the Prussians. Just bring a lot of Landwehr. They're hard to like kill because there's so many of them, but routing them is not hard if you can get in behind their lines, because they can't form square, those militia units of either Prussia, and I imagine the same with America. Got some. This is okay. This is guard artillery though. This is VL guard here. So they brought some elite artillery as well. The horse artillery. My gosh. It did really like spend a lot of money in the support sections, did the French. Like a lot. Hopefully they can do okay. It seems like they're going to have to dealing with Prussia and also Austria and Russia. Well, like the Austria-Russia campaign here. These are some Cossacks that are just scouting forward. I imagine the 1st and major obstacle is going to be this building here. The French are going to have to take. The Prussians are already entrenching themselves around it. I imagine they're going to try. I would imagine they're going to push hard on this flank with these guard cavalry that they have. They will probably do pretty well. Could take on probably multiple units of cav themselves, just out of sheer eliteness, and also there's 106 men per unit there. Looks like a few shots going off over here as well. Sweden is getting ready into position. Swedish infantry, in my experience, has not been the greatest, even if they do wear top hats into battle. Very sophisticated looking men do go into battle in a very strange way. These are looking a bit more like guardsmen though here from the Swedes, if I remember correctly. Yeah, here we go. Set up. If I was the French, I'd be pushing Russia south down this road to come and support this Flemish army. Just keep coming down this road and just knock out Sweden before then you have to deal with, I think it's Austria on the way up. Austria is coming slowly. So, yeah, time is of the essence for the France. Try and knock out the Swedes. Get a good sucker punch. There you go. Shots going on. I think that is the building over here being occupied by the Swedes. And look at this. The French got some Chevalier Lancers very pushed up now. Probably in charging distance, but I don't know. Oh, here we go. We're going to see a charge from the Swedes. No, they changed their mind right at the last moment there. Right at the last moment they decided, nope, that's not for us. Are the French going to storm this building? Looks like we got a line infantry getting right into the face of the Swedes here. Austria does look like he's basically here. His cavalry has arrived. I imagine his infantry is not going to be too far behind. Got line infantry moving up here. Maybe trying to force an assault on that side there. But here we go. The French are going in with their line infantry here as well. Holmes defer. Go in. It's a pretty decent unit. These guys can form square. I don't know if it's the same unit. Might be. Looks like the Swedes are losing. Morale is not looking good. These guys are going to need a... Oh, no, it's this unit over here. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you can see here that the Swedes is going to annihilate what remains of that small unit outside the building. I don't know why they didn't... This unit here didn't just form square. They're going to just shoot into the building. Yep. Nice little tactic there. Help rout the unit. And there you go. It's like they let the French hold the building. The Swedes are going to try and recharge. Can these guys form square? I don't know. Oh, and just like that, as soon as they... took it, they've lost it again. The French, I think, got routed themselves. I think that's because of the cavalry. So really nicely done there by the Swedes. And we are having a huge melee fight now over here as well. Well, not huge, but a melee fight. We actually have the Grenadiers, the Guard going in there. So we have Old Guard. I didn't even spot these guys. They're taking on, I think, Guardsmen of the Swiss as well. I think that helmet kind of represents that, the Guards. But yeah, they've rallied with the Dragoons, the Grenadiers for now. But only just for now. I think we have actually got Dragoons of the Guard in here as well, yeah. Dragoons of the Empress are in there. They're going to need a lot more, but here we go. Sweden is going all in. His cavalry is charging in. He's got, looks like, cuirassiers of his own going in here. They might be routed, I think, almost instantly because they got a pretty nasty volley in the face. General dead already. Oh my gosh. Oh, the Swedish general is really close to the front lines. I think he's been killed by the Dragoons of the Empress there, but I'm not sure. We've got Austrian cavalry coming in now, and already we might be about to see the collapse of Sweden. It's not looking good. Sweden has already been just pushed aside. Hold on, boys. More help is coming there. I like it says glorious victory, sir. It's soon to be yours. We've only just started, sir. The fight has only just started. The Prussians also are clashing with the French on this side here, it seems. Just thought I'd let you know what's happening. The looks like the Dragoons here, Schomburg Dragoons, are going to... Well, they helped scare off some of the Prussians, but the Prussians are still in possession of this building, which is, I guess, the main objective over here. Got a big cavalry unit here. Oh, this is another cuirassier unit. Big Austrian cuirassier unit being mobilized there. That might need to be challenging those elite chasseurs, chevalier servants, as they are known. America is slowly arriving onto the field as well. They are very slow though in arriving. We'll see whether they make it. But yeah, look at this. The French have just soundly defeated the Swedes on this side here. That is rough to see. Austria now, I guess, has to retreat. He has to retreat and try and, I guess, go back down the road he's come, and then I'd say try and defend this building over here. Try and defend the flank for your allies. The French and Russia South, well, Russia South and this Flemish army over here have soundly defeated the Swedes. I don't even think any of the Swedes will return at this rate. Got more carry over here. Oh my gosh, there's so many cuirassiers. 3 units at least. I think there's still one over here. There's no way that go across the other side of the battlefield in time. So they brought a lot of cuirassiers, heavy infantry. Got some Russian infantry, Russian musketeers holding the line. Oh my. This is set up for a very exciting fight on this flank here. But yes, if you're enjoying the NTW action and would like to see more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and show your support. It really does help out the channel. And if you want to make sure you don't miss out on a single NTW3 battle or stream, feel free to hit that notification bell so you'll never miss a single epic battle. And it looks like now the French, and we'll have a look. Yeah, they're actually not shooting the building. I thought with this this artillery piece here, this old guard artillery piece, they'd be starting to focus down that house, get them out of there, and try and start an assault. Maybe not. It looks like they're shooting maybe at the artillery over here. I'm not sure. They were shooting in this general vicinity. Also, the general is there. You need to be careful of him. Oh, here we go. Austrians went in with cuirassiers against a US unit I do not recognize. Yep, I mean, they routed one US unit. It's the Mississippi Adams Dragoons. Okay, it's a cool unit. And the Connecticut Humphrey Hussars. Okay, I've never seen these units. The problem with the US is often their units of cavalry are really small. So they're just not going to stand a chance against these like 100-man cuirassier units. I mean, they weren't going to be able to anyway. They're cuirassiers. Something that the US just did not have. Farmhouse has been taken over here. Oh, that might have been the last Swedish resistance, actually. I think this building here. Yeah, the provisional infantry won a fight there. And it shows that the Swedish are definitely finished. Some Swedish cav return, though. Look like they're going to go straight back in. Light Dragoon, by the looks of it, perhaps. So yeah, Russia South already moving. He is going to hit the rear, it looks like, of this Austria-Russia army right now, while on the other side it seems like the Flemish army is going to just carry on chasing down that other Austrian army and try and deal with them. So yeah, really this Russian army, it needs to defend the river line, nothing more, because well yeah, the Russian musketeers here need to defend against Russia South on the way. A big French army that's basically untouched. I think this is earlier than 1806, like I said. I think it's like 17 something a year, but it's certainly like that. Looking at the hats, you can kind of tell. France going in there, routing another unit, those Chasseurs Cheval from the old guard doing their work. Now being countercharged here by Austrian cuirassiers. This is a good match for them. Let's see who gets the most support. I mean, this French infantry, if I was them, I'd start firing to the flanks of these cuirassiers if you could. There's a square here as well, actually, helping those cuirassiers. There you go. Cavalry, I think. I would have said that the Austrians are going to win that, but
this building has fallen to the enemy.
Decided to fall back, but the French are losing slightly, and morale is looking great. And there you go, they routed. Wow. There you go, big win there for the coalition, getting rid of that elite cavalry unit. And they're also sending these French units packing right now. The artillery here is doing a lot of damage. These guys going to charge? Looks like so. I mean, the Russians should be okay in melee. We'll see how this goes. In they go, bayonets twirling. Routed those Frenchies instantly. Now they can just recharge the other one there. Send them packing, and the US is now arriving on the battlefield. So we'll see how they can do. And to be honest, right now they've got them in they've got the Austrians and the Russians here in a good position. Austro-Russian, what do I call it? Österreich, something like that. Got them in a good position. Stuck between the United States and Russia South. That's how they need to keep it. Going to see another cavalry charge here. This time Cuirass is going in against the unit that can form square. They didn't. They instead fired a volley, and that's not going to save them. That was foolish from the French. They could have stopped that charge in its tracks if they wanted to. Instead, they decided to just take the volley. We've got the Dragoon Schomburg on their way. Prussians are now trying to push forward infantry, and there you go, Cuirass has routed them, and the Schomburg Dragoons look like they're going to try and get out of there. I don't know if they will in time. This French army over here is slowly getting messed up. Good thing that the US is starting to arrive. The US actually is in fact gunning down French troops. That's how disappointed they are with the French performance. Finally, we're going to see this like hybrid of Russia and Austria is going to start retreating. It needs to. It needs to get out of here. They're going to get that gun, though, out of the French. That is a small victory, I guess. But, yeah, finally they're going to get out of there because, like, they were closing the trap where Russia South and the US there. They were about to flank them. Austria and France now has also set up. Austria looks like he has got more troops, to be honest, than the Flemish army over here. He might be able to send him packing. We'll see. And the Swedes have seen a really good target, and it is a good target. They've seen the artillery train here of Russia South. A lot of 6-pounders from Naples, even some Austrian artillery, some Austrian traders, and there's nothing defending these guys. You can see the General Schwarzenberg there is actually running the opposite direction. He is saving himself and just condemning his guns, and that is a big win there. We'll just watch as the cavalry comes in. I think they're not going to get a volley off in time. If they do, they're very unlucky as this cavalry. And there you go, yeah, nice charge. Nicely done by the Swedes there. That might be their biggest contribution, and it's a bit harsh, but it is saying something. They've actually taken out 2 artillery pieces there. Really nicely done. Now they just need to keep this cavalry alive and go hunting for other things, like, I don't know, maybe try and get the Russia South general. If they kill him, Russia South's morale is not great, so they could do some good damage here. It seems very chaotic, though, back on this front over here. Austria, Russia, whatever you want to call them, and also Prussia are just throwing in their troops, trying to slow down the French assault as they're trying to escape. They need to get all this cav back, all these expensive cuirasses, get them back and keep them alive. It seems like this Flemish army over on this side here, the Flemish campaign, is basically dead. They've thrown in a lot of their infantry. Their elite cav's gone. Only their elite artillery are still alive. And here we go. The cuirassiers coming forward again. They're just going to charge the Prussians. They need to be careful of that. There isn't really anything to charge, I was going to say. I would have kept these cuirassiers safe. Honestly thought that the Prussian infantry here would be enough to hold them in place. The Prussians are making a bit of a push on this flank here. You can see they're going to get the guns. They could get Ney. Ney's not being defended. And then once they do that, they can flank around and hit the Americans here. We have New England volunteers setting up, but they might not be enough. Keep shooting the guns, boys. What is that arriving? Schomburg Dragoons. Alright, they might be able to do some trouble. But right now, it seems like this Russia-Austria hybrid is holding its ground quite nicely. Do with the volumes of that French line infantry, though, just to scare them off. Or maybe not. Morale is not looking good, actually. Oh my, yeah. There you go. That was a pretty nasty volley, actually, onto those guys. Here we go. Prussia now going in as well. Going in for the American militia here. Kentucky militia being taken out. Or the New England volunteers. They also can't form square. Could be good pickings here for the Prussian cavalry, but they are going to retreat. got Prussian guards coming up. You can tell these are guardsmen because they've got the funky, like, white plumes on their heads. It's always a good sign. So they've brought some guardsmen along. What are these back here? Almost guards? No, these are Landwehr. So they're going to try the old Landwehr tactic as well. So it's going to be militia versus militia, it seems like, on this flank here. Schomburg Dragoons really charging it, like really desperately trying to get over here. They did take out the artillery, by the way. It's long gone. Like artillery is finished. And now, as you can see, Prussia is really pushing hard on this flank here. We've got Ney over here. He's running away, but his army is basically gone. It's now a duel really between Russia, South America, and this Austro-Russian hybrid and Prussia. Starting to see some routing, some chinks in the armor are being found. Austria on this side over here as well, dueling quite nicely with the Flemish army, but it looks like those elites might be coming through. I don't know. I see a lot of routing Austrians right now. They are trying to chase down these this cavalry though, the Emperor's Dragoons, and also these Chasseurs Cheval, trying to get them, but they are rallying quite quickly. Maybe Austria bit off more than he can chew. I don't know. He should have been. He needs to be careful. I don't know where his guns are. Did they get taken out? Oh, he's getting into the general back here. This is not good. Napoleon Bonaparte himself. No, Napoleon. Getting overwhelmed by Austrian cavalry. I don't know where the dragoons are all routed. The Chasseurs Cheval. I don't know whether he pulled through to get to Napoleon or whether he routed that unit, but. That is not good. Why is Napoleon like not dying? They're not attacking him? Combatant losing slightly, but not a single man's been killed. No, he's going into the infantry. He doesn't care about the general. Oh, that might be the general dead there then. Yeah, Napoleon is at 4 and then he's charged through. Wow, they lost one more man and it was Napoleon. And wow, look at that. A bayonet charge in the front from Austria, and then in the rear we have the Austrian cavalry coming in and sandwiching all that French infantry. My gosh. And that is the death of that Flemish army as well. So that is not good. So both sides have definitely lost at least one army, if not two, for the French and for the Americans there. It's not looking good. See the Americans on this side as well, being repulsed by Prussian volleys. We've got cuirasses in here again. The Americans are probably thinking, what the heck are these armored men? I didn't realize we're in the Middle Ages. They've got some squarables, the 11th Line Infantry, some actual, like, proper US units. I feel like they should be in the front line now. Louisiana militia, they're holding the line. They're still doing some pretty good damage to these Austrians, and you can see they're actually like Russia South, including some like there are some Flemish units still in here, tirailleurs, all things as well. They are actually scaring off this Austro-Russian army quite nicely. But here we go, counter charge here on this side. Another cuirassier going in, taking out some Neapolitan line infantry. They're Royal Calabria. Don't think they're Royal or have any sort of caliber. Cuirassiers just need to slam into the side of these Saxon units and just rout them next. That's their next job. There you go. In go the cuirassiers. Routing these non-squarables pretty easily, I imagine. This is the problem with Russia South. They cannot form square. Still looking pretty damn close on this flank here. Prussia seems like he just about has enough. America really needs to get his masses into the fight. He needs to get all of his troops up. His artillery as well. Oh, he's got New Jersey Dragoons back here. Why has he got that? Oh, there's a tiny little unit, but he should get it to the front. You don't know when a little tiny cav unit like that could be handy. So you've got more line infantry now arriving. Not the biggest of units, but at least it's like proper line infantry. They might be able to help him in the fight. He needs all his forces forward. He had a huge army. He's got to make his numbers count. Russia South over here, seeing that the Austrians are winning, are having to set up another line over here. Provisional infantry, not exactly the most well trained of troops. Got a couple of squarables to here to sort of like, you know, stiffen the line, but they have got rid of this Hussar unit, which is something, I guess. And they've slowed down the cuirassiers. It seems like these infantry here, these provincial infantry, are doing some work, but I don't know if they'll defeat these cuirassiers. They might send them packing. That is it. You can see here, the Russian South Army here is very much across the river. Though they're taking heavy losses, they are still making progress. And this hybrid army of Austria and Russia is almost spent. He really has just his cavalry left, his really heavy cavalry. It's his secret weapon. But he is losing them now. Look at this. They're routing. This might return, but they'll be exhausted. Artillery now setting up over here. He's going to start shelling away all this line of infantry in front of him. The building has been lost. Oh, that's Austria is taking this building back for the coalition. Here we go, line infantry getting ready. They're going to cross the river and try and start flanking around these provisional infantry here. Artillery and infantry here combined is starting to rout some of these units as well. Send the Russian South Army back on this flank here. It's all going off. America's now holding this left flank for the Imperial forces here, doing its best. But the New York 7th Dragoons up. That's still, I'm pretty sure it's still at, oh no, here it comes. New Jersey Dragoons are on their way back up. Yeah, like 27 men in a unit. They're just not that big units.
We've taken the building, sir.
Building's been taken. Oh, they've taken this building from the Prussians. Okay, literally like just over. The Americans have just taken this building here. Very, very nicely done. Prussia is going to have to retake that. Still got Prussian artillery here as well, firing, trying to do some damage. I'd say they're in canister range. Let's start canistering those Americans. Looks like some Prussian Dragoons here as well. They're getting ready, I imagine, going set up for a charge. But some of these units can form square now. The elites are being moved up by America.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest.
Here we go, that Prussian charge going in. And why did America countercharge with a square of a unit as well? Oh my. That was a bad, bad move there by America. He should have just stood his ground and formed square. Why he did not do that? All these French units, they cannot form square. All the Americans. Bad move there. Now, look at Prussia has been tied down by this Russia South unit for a few moments. But it's not going to stop him. The Prussian cav carries on. Oh yeah, I don't know if it's a Dragoon or it looks like a Hussar actually. It's dangerous though for them to come that far forward. The Americans are taking these buildings, so yeah, charging forward with their cavalry is a bit dangerous now. Russia South is lucky as such a huge army as well, because his infantry is needed just about everywhere. He's pushing everywhere right now. Including defending this flank. Nice volley there, very nice. Keep it up, Austria. You've got to break through to your allies. They need you. Where there's any tiny little cav units now still lingering about that could go and get some generals, because Schwarzenberg back here is very isolated. Unprotected. Definitely could be got if they have a little light cav to break through. Provisional infantry must hold the line. Do it all you must.
Our men are running, sir.
Cuirassiers back and ready for more revenge, and they're going to go charging into the side of these Neapolitan infantry again. The Royal Caliber. I don't think they'll be up to the Royal sort of caliber that we were expecting. Simon's just countercharge and go straight on in. I mean, he can't form square, I guess. Whether he could have had one of these units at least, like, form up here and just start shooting to the side of the cuirassiers, that might have worked. Provincial infantry, well, they routed themselves, but they did rout an infantry unit. So good going, guys. You did it. Lots of provincial infantry here routing, and once one unit breaks an NTW3, it can affect other units and cause a bit of a mass rout, something you need to be aware of. That's why I don't put like multiple trash units next to each other. They still hold the building to the Imperial forces. I think it is America still in there, but I'm seeing a lot of routing troops. Prussia is being forced to retreat though. America has got some of the line infantry around it, including the first line infantry, the very first one set up. Austria here. I don't know what the Russia South player is doing, but he's sending forward some infantry units here in a strange formation to block off the rest of the infantry. I don't know. These guys can form square, they're like worth more than everyone else. Maybe he's gonna go for bayonet charge. Well, he's gonna get routed here, I think. They routed both those two units there that did some weird formation and then got shot to pieces. Bit of a waste there by the Russian South player. Looks like Prussia is shifting what remains of his forces over here to do with the US. Maybe this hybrid army here has been dealt with what is Russia South in front of him. Then Austria's to do with the rest of Russia South. I think that's the game plan. Whether it'll work, we'll see. One little caveat into the back of these Russian South units, and that would be enough to rout them. If you get this caveat up here, get the cuirassiers into the back line, they've got a chance. They've still got the Prussian cav as well, it's good. Gonna need that. See a general back here. Oh, it's not a general, it's New Jersey Dragoons. It shows how much it looks like a general because it's such a tiny unit. There is their general, Andrew Jackson. Prussia is helping to repel, looks like some of these line infantry here. I do like how they have funny names, like the 7th line infantry, the hourglass. Like, what the heck does that mean? Maybe it takes them an hour to do anything. An hour to get ready for battle, an hour to fire. Yeah, I've got routing units here for Russia South. They're seeing their comrades break and they're having none of it. That's probably isn't helped by this little Russian infantry here that's marching down the flank, shooting into the flanks of these guys. Austria's also getting ground on this side here.
Running, sir.
You see a charge here from the provisional infantry. In they go. They said they got ground Austria. I think they'd win that fight, to be honest. The provisional infantry are horrific. I mean, they are literally conscripts. In they go. There you go, there's another unit broken. General has died for someone. Oh, it's Schwarzenberg. He has been caught by the cuirassiers as well. Of all things to be caught by heavy cavalry. So that is going to be costly there for Russia South. He was already unprotected, and there you go. Russia South's just collapsed with the loss of Schwarzenberg, really. And now Austria. Well, I don't know if he's even going to need to help America with the mop-up here. Help against America with the mop-up. It's only the 6th foot artillery left. Looks like those dragoons here, or sorry, those hussars might be able to deal with these guys. Now there's just a couple of units left, so we'll just fast forward for now. And we'll see how they deal with that. But yeah, that is the battle. It seems as though the Imperial forces are going to lose today. So that is an unfortunate one for the US, who thought they were here to help and save Napoleon and his European aspirations. But it does seem as though they are going to be retreating back to Paris with Napoleon's armies. And yes, it's been an interesting one, that's for sure. They did so well to start with taking out the Swedes. I mean, I really thought that this was going to be like just a rollover from there for the French. They just like smashed the Swedes. I had the Austrians on the run, retreating backwards, but the Austrians stood their ground and they managed to get rid of that elite cavalry, and then it was kind of easy going from there for them. They did a really good job. Russia's south is always an interesting one. It can bring the mass, which always can be very scary and very imposing, but yeah, it didn't seem to be a problem for them today, or for the coalition. And they did actually, you know, I did like carry their weight. They were like everywhere helping out, doing their bit. Oh yeah, this is one of the final units that needs taking out. It's the 25th Line Infantry in here that are defending this building to the last man. We've got Prussian Landwehr going in here trying to take it out. I do like how the American infantry is just like, it's kitted out like it's kitted out like British infantry, but it's just all in grey and blue. There you go. I think a cannon shot actually from the Prussians actually routed the guys in there. Building lost to the US, and now it's just the final building to take, which is going to be that Russia South one over there. And we'll see what they do in a moment for that. I actually might make a cut, and I'll see you guys at the end stream, because this could take a while. I have a feeling for Prussia, not for Prussia, for Austria, to get over here and actually, you know, take this building. So I'll see you guys in a moment. So there we are, a defeat for the Imperial forces there. This was sent in by Grenouille, who was playing as the Americans, I believe. So thank you very much for sending this one in, man. Very much appreciated. It was actually an interesting one to see, and it's always nice when someone sends in a defeat, because, you know, it makes it a bit more interesting. It's always the person sends it in, you know, you usually think they're going to go on and win it, but it's nice to see a defeat instead. But it was a close one. The French carried on pushing forward, and you honestly thought they were going to go on and win it at some point by taking this building here when they did, but they did not in fact manage it. The Prussians and then the Austrians counterattacked, and they managed to send the French packing back to Paris. But here are the unit stats. If you have a look at them, 25th Line Infantry, the unit that was in the building, getting 264 kills. My gosh. Louisiana Militia, they may be militia, but they got 142 kills. And there are the rest of the kills there, if you want to have a look at those. But there you go, guys. That is today's NTW3 battle. If you did enjoy, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show support. And I'll see you guys in the next one.